Hello everyone and welcome to Retail Archaeology. Today we'll be taking a look at the Arizona Center in downtown Phoenix, Arizona. The Arizona Center opened in 1990 and was a large part of the revitalization process that was going on in downtown Phoenix at the time. What we'll be seeing in this video is the result of a major renovation that was started in 2017 and completed in 2018. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to make it to this mall before that renovation. I know I've been here before. I kind of remember coming to the Arizona Center when I was around junior high age, but I really don't remember what it looked like at all. There were high hopes for this place when it opened in 1990 because it was designed by the Rouse Company, and they designed it around their festival marketplace concept, which had worked really well at the time in places like Boston and Baltimore and revitalization projects that went on there. So this place was expected to do really well, but as you can imagine, because it's appearing in a Dead Mall video on my channel, it did not do well at all. As you'll see throughout the video, even after the renovation, there's not a lot of people here. We were here on a Sunday afternoon. It was absolutely beautiful out. It was towards the end of October, and I think the high was in the very low 70s. Let's take a look at the map to get an idea of the size of this place, and as you can see, it's 3 levels, although the 3rd floor is all ASU campus space, so there's no retail or dining up there at all. Although when you really take a look at the place, there's really no retail anywhere at all. The only retail location I really remember passing while we were here was an Arizona souvenir shop. There is an AMC movie theater here, and that was probably the busiest thing we saw, and we were even surprised how unbusy the movie theater was on a Sunday afternoon. There was also a traditional mall food court here on the 2nd floor, but that closed in 2008. I'm guessing this sign is new from the remodel because I don't remember that being here when I was a kid, and I feel like I would have remembered a sign like that. There's a lot of interesting design choices going on here. There's a lot of big metalwork pieces like this that serve as shade and also to add some architectural interest, although these kind of designs are not really my thing. And I do love and crack up at seeing pictures like that in malls where it's just the young people having fun, but then you look into the mall and you don't see anybody that looks like them. There's really hardly anybody here at all, and nobody looks like they're having a super great time. I mentioned at the beginning of the video that this place was designed around the festival marketplace concept, and what that concept is in a nutshell is the idea of building downtown shopping malls like this, usually as part of a city's revitalization process. A lot of these started being built in the 70s and 80s and even into the 90s. They were also usually focused more on local tenants than national chains. And they were designed to be kind of the downtown entertainment, dining, and shopping hub. As you can see in the footage of this place though, there's really no shopping going on here. There's just empty storefront after empty storefront. The dining side of this place though seems to be surviving. There are some restaurants here, and from what I've heard, this place can get kind of a lunch rush during the week from people that work in downtown Phoenix. The vast majority of the retail storefronts we saw though look like this. Not only just empty, but almost completely gutted. One of the reasons that many people think this place failed is that when it originally opened, the retail stuff was kind of geared towards the middle to high income demographic, whereas people that lived in the area fell more into the middle to lower income demographic. For all these struggles this place is having though, it is still kind of really a beautiful place to walk around, especially during the months of the year when Arizona is actually nice. I like this one with the big Arizona Center banner. Please lease me. And here we have a Cold Stone Creamery. I do like Cold Stone Creamery, it's good ice cream there. The downtown area was very busy the day we were here, so it was pretty surprising to see how few people were actually coming into the Arizona Center. There was a lot of people walking around it, but not a lot of people walking through. This really is one of the cleanest shopping centers I've ever filmed. There's also a lot of good smells in the air from all the food places that are still here. And there's also the smell of the popcorn. This is kind of the entrance lobby area for the AMC movie theater, and yeah, as you can see, not very busy at all for a Sunday afternoon. Here's a very pink wall that we found, and Over on the left, where that kind of construction barrier stuff is, they are building a new hotel right next to this place, so maybe that'll bring some more business in. Who knows? But back to this very pink wall. I love all of the marketing stuff they have up here, trying to, say, come enjoy the place, restaurants are on the menu, come here to go shopping, but there's no shopping here. Something that there is a lot of here, though, now is offices. I mentioned this place had a second floor, and at one time even had a traditional food court up there. Now the second floor is pretty much filled by office space. We're up on the second floor now, and this is completely dead on the weekends. There's nobody walking around up here, but that actually makes sense because everything up here now is pretty much office space, and I'm sure a lot of these places are open Monday through Friday. Although you do get some great views from down into the mall. There's things like law offices on this floor, architectural firms. Fox Sports Net even has an office up here, but we won't spend a whole lot of time up here because, like I said, it's just offices, so it's kind of boring to look at. All of the retail stuff is gone now. So now let's take the elevator up to the third floor. We won't spend a ton of time on the third floor as well because, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, it's all ASU campus now. And again, this is very dead on the weekend, which makes sense. But you do still get some great views. This place reminds me a lot of Horton Plaza because you can see the big buildings and stuff, the city skyline in the background. But yeah, I'd have to say aesthetically, this is even more boring than the second floor with the offices. Here's a bridge that runs across, and that's something else that kind of reminds me of Horton Plaza at this place, is all of the bridges and things that go back and forth across. There's that big Arizona Center sign down there. And we can look down into the mall on this side and see what I mean. There's like a emerald green bridge that runs across the second floor there. The design isn't quite as whimsical here as it is at Horton Plaza, but I definitely get the same dead mall vibe at both places. I really did have a lot of fun filming this place. That elevator shaft there cracks me up with the big play on the side. That's kind of part of the eat, shop, play thing they have going on here. Gosh, I think we may have picked one of the most beautiful days of the year to come here and film. Even the sky seems a little bluer than normal. Alright, let's go ahead and head back down to the ground level though, because that's where most of the mall actually still exists. I did see a lot of restaurants here that I would love to try out. There's another one of those green bridges. Now this walkway leads into the center court of the mall, and there's a lot of seating here. It looks like it's a place that's just really meant to hang out and relax in. There's little stages that the kids seem to like jumping on and running around on, the few kids that were here anyways. There is no play area or anything like that, so I guess those stages are just kind of serving as that. But you can see it's really big and spacious, and there's a lot of trees and greenery and everything. There's even some comfy seating over here. And I actually like the wood walkways that they have all throughout. So we started to get hungry, and there was all kinds of dining options, so we went with Bosa Donuts. I actually really love Bosa Donuts. They're a local donut chain, and they've got a lot of locations now. And this place has a lot of donuts. It was really hard to pick one. Their iced coffee is great too. Couldn't wait, could you? I went with the pink glazed donut and an iced coffee, and I forget what that drink is that Mark got, but he said he liked it. Now down this way there's another kind of corridor that leads off to what's really the best part of this place in my opinion, and I can't wait to show it to you. So remember, there was all this seating and hangout area over here in the center court area, but if you go down this corridor, There's these amazing like nature walkways and fountains and water features. As a matter of fact, the water features are award winning. They were designed by a firm called the SWA Group, and they won a National Merit Award by the American Society of Landscape Architects for the work that they did here. To give you an idea of where we're at, that's the Arizona Center in the background, and that walkway that you see going in is where we came out to get here. This area is already really beautiful on its own, but because it's attached to basically a failed mall, it has the advantage of being somewhere that you can have all to yourself. It's an eerie but incredibly enjoyable and satisfying feeling. I'm going to go ahead and shut up for a minute though and let the images of this place speak for themselves. You want to take a dip in the fountain now? Here's another great water feature, this waterfall thing. It's very, very loud though. It's right up against the Arizona Center itself. But you can see it goes a long way. Again though, I was just completely surprised not to see anybody out here like enjoying a coffee or something, you know, maybe reading the newspaper. Does anybody still do that anymore, or read the newspaper? I don't know. Looking at their iPad or reading something on the Kindle, they could be doing that. It's just so beautiful and green, and the fountains provide some awesome ambient noise, and you can hear birds and things in the background. It's just gorgeous. I fell in love with this part of the Arizona Center. Let's go ahead and head back into the Arizona Center though, and you can see here on the left there's an empty eating establishment. It looks like even some of the dining is starting to fail. Wonder what that was. I imagine as time goes on, more and more of this place will become office space. I'm sure some of the eating establishments will definitely stay, because once you add even more office space, it creates the potential for, you know, lunch rushes and stuff during the week, which would keep those places open. I live in one of the suburbs of Phoenix, and I've been spending more and more time in downtown Phoenix, and I have to say we really do have a beautiful city here. A lot of the revitalization stuff that was started in the late 80s and early 90s has been completed, and the whole area just looks so much nicer now. And I also feel a lot safer in the downtown area as well. I remember as a kid growing up, you were always told, don't be in downtown Phoenix at night. I've walked around downtown Phoenix at night a lot recently, and I feel completely safe. The whole downtown area is just a lot more vibrant now, and things really do seem to be succeeding, so it's again surprising to see that the Arizona Center kind of failed. It is really, really beautiful. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up this tour of the Arizona Center here. But if you have any memories of the Arizona Center, especially pre-renovation, I'd love to hear about them down in the comments below. As always, everybody, thanks for watching. Want to see your name here? Head on over to patreon.com/retailarchaeology to find out how you can help support the channel. Hey everyone, thanks for checking out my video on the Arizona Center. If you liked it, make sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons, and also make sure to follow at the social media links down there because that's the best way to keep up with what's going on with the channel.